Today's video is going to be about my makeup journey on Instagram. That's like my most asked question in DMs and just like in general. And it's kind of a long answer, so I thought I'd put it in like video format. So if you're like new in the makeup world and trying to start your journey on Instagram, that's what I did. Hopefully this will be helpful. If you have any questions about anything that I don't go over, definitely leave them in the comments. I was thinking of doing a Q&A video if there's like follow-up questions from this, because definitely questions about like how I create content or whatever seems to be like the most asked question, not actually like how do you do your makeup. But I mean, if you want that too, let me know. But anyway, and I did just finish this look for Instagram, so go check it out, please. First tip, self promo. I feel like maybe I should scroll through my Instagram. There's like very few pictures I've deleted from Instagram, and it's just because it's a look that I like really didn't like. But I really try not to delete stuff because I feel like it's a part of your journey. And I hate when you go to somebody's page and they just look perfect from the beginning, and it's like, what's the story? So I have a whole thing that you can tap through called the come up, or you could just go through all of my pictures and see how I learned. Okay, so the first kind of like answer to the question how I got started in makeup, I am self-taught. I have just always kind of liked makeup. If you look on this YouTube channel too, there are old cringy videos of young Ellen being like, here's how to do a makeup tutorial, and I was like just a baby.
I like really love this eye makeup.
But I would say about 3 years ago, I kind of discovered the Instagram makeup world, and I decided that I really wanted to dive into that. So I decided to do the 100 Days of Makeup Challenge, and then I continued it for like 200 something days. The purpose of that for me was to just learn how to do makeup. I was seeing these beautiful creations on Instagram and I'm like, I want to know how to do that. How the hell do they do that? I started the 100 Days of Makeup Challenge January 16th, 2018. So right there when I started the 100 Days of Makeup Challenge, I first of all had like 2 colorful palettes, 2, palettes with any color in them really. I had probably a bunch of just like little drugstore things, but as far as like artistry makeup, I barely had anything. I think I had a white pencil eyeliner, maybe. I really did not have much makeup at all. I didn't have much makeup because I was dead broke at this time, so I just want to like give you encouragement. I remember having like no money and saving up my few dollars and buying a pair of Kiss eyelashes that I would then use for the next like 50 makeup looks that I posted. That year I asked for the Jaclyn Hill palette for Christmas, which I still have. And then I was so happy when I got that. It was like, it meant everything to me that I got that for Christmas, and I used that for so many looks. So as far as learning, honestly, every day it would just get better. You would figure something out as you do it, and you'd be like, oh, I know how to do that next time. Or the shape of the cut crease, I remember it being, messy and then getting cleaner and then figuring out where it needs to go. And every time you do it, you just learn your face a little bit better. Another thing that I would always do that is, I think, kind of the way that I learn art, so maybe it's different for everybody, but I would print out pictures of, at the time, like James Charles was doing so many creative looks, like the slime drip thing, the honeybee, Nikki Tutorials for sure. She taught me the basics of like how to do your eyebrows and foundation and like all of makeup. But I would print out pictures of their creative looks and I would like pin it on my mirror next to me, and then I would pull up the video of them doing the look, like the YouTube video, and I would watch the video and look at the picture and just try to do that look. So I think recreating those looks really helped like build the skill, because you'd be like, okay, this is how they're doing it to get to the end result. I'll tell you something I didn't always used to do, like especially at the beginning, was draw my looks out. You can Google face chart, or you can just draw a, messy little face on a piece of paper and doodle your look out so that you have an idea of like what your game plan is when you sit down. I remember some of my earlier looks that being a problem. I would definitely look into face charts, and then also I think your pictures of your work is a really great way to learn how to make it better. So I would put a lot of emphasis, like almost as much emphasis, into learning the makeup as you are into figuring out how to photograph your pictures. Every time, try something different. You don't have to have fancy equipment. You can have an iPhone and just try different times of day with the lighting and see what sun looks best. And it's just trial and error to figure out what's gonna look good. So I would just suggest trying something different every time. Alter something a little bit every time to see how it affects it. Something else I do that I know other artists that do this as well is take pictures just for yourself while you're doing your look to see how it's looking on camera, because it's going to be viewed on a phone on camera. So just to see what it looks like from another perspective, this can really, really help you fine tune your work. I would just say, like anything, learning a new skill takes a lot of time and like patience. That is definitely like when I'm thinking about my makeup experience, there's been so many times where I was like frustrated with my makeup and took it off, or something didn't work out, because you're teaching yourself, you're learning. So you just have to think of that as like a learning day, and it's okay, because you know, it'll be better tomorrow. My advice would be to try to not compare yourself to anybody else, especially on Instagram. I feel like you are being directly compared to other people, so that's like so much harder said than done. Try to compare yourself to yourself. Like, look at your work before, put a picture of my work even a week ago compared to now. I remember in the early beginning, you would quickly see things that you're like, oh, I want to fix that and do it differently the next time, so that by the time, if you're doing makeup every day, 7 days, a week later, there's like a significant difference. And it's really fun putting like your old picture next to your new picture. I still like doing that, and I think that that's really motivating for yourself, because you're like, oh, I am getting better, like I can do this. And also, if you're asking this question, I like didn't start with this because I was like hoping that it's implied. If you're wanting to grow on Instagram, it absolutely has to be because you love the art of makeup, of creative makeup, if that's like the niche that you're looking at, or glam makeup, whatever that you're doing. It can't be because you want the free stuff or whatever, because let me tell you, brands will want free work from you all day long. And this is a competitive ass industry, like just being so real. I think to do this, like you have to do it because you love it, because there's a lot of, you know, rolling with the punches as Instagram changes, and like lack of job security. Like if you're wanting to do this for free stuff, just don't. I promise you. It's so much more work than like the free stuff. So yeah, I hope that's implied, but I think that sometimes there are people who are like, how do you get on PR lists? And it's like, that comes so much later. So while that is not the main goal, I will address like how I grew in followers as well, because it's part of it. I definitely suggest focusing on your art, and the followers and everything will come with it. The 100 Days Challenge helped me so much. I remember like gain momentum in the beginning. Also, another big tip for when you're new is to find community like engagement groups. Find people who are like at a similar follower count, or maybe they just also recently started. Comment on their stuff, you know, show them support. They can show you support back. You can like make friends. I found the best friends that I'm literally so thankful for through the makeup community, that are like real life friends, deeper than makeup. But that first like hitting 1,000, that took like months, maybe a year. I don't remember exactly. Things that would help with that would be like if I got reposted on a brand page, so you know, tag your brands when you're posting, so that way maybe more people can see your work. Tag the repost pages. There's some specifically for under like 10,000 followers, I think even under 1,000. Just build that community, and I promise it will come with time. Really though, don't focus on that too much, but I did just want to say, like, I remember that beginning hump being the hardest, and then things get easier. Something else I do want to say in this video is, because this is for potential like new small creators, is don't let anybody take advantage of you for like what you're worth. If you're making content for a brand, like just something I see a lot is brands that want to take advantage of people who don't know their worth. And just because you have like 1,000 followers, if you're making a good picture that they're going to be able to use to sell their eyelash to make money from, you should be making a little bit of money from like that photo. So that's a whole thing, like that's a whole other monster. But just my suggestion to anybody like new getting into this stuff is, don't let anybody take advantage of you. Don't agree to work or sign a contract or like obligate yourself to any kind of like work hours. So I feel like I covered a lot, but also feel like it was just the beginning and I didn't really say anything. So let me know like what questions you have. Definitely, I think it comes down to consistency, patience, practice, consistency, just like posting a lot, creating a lot, and you will figure out your style and what works for you, and hopefully you fall in love with makeup. Oh, last tip is post on TikTok and Reels. There's so much, but I would just try to keep up with whatever the newest thing is and post on there, because that's where the people are at the moment. Another just general tip I've noticed with Instagram, whatever their newest feature is, they love you if you use it. So use Instagram's newest feature and maybe they'll show you to more people, because Instagram is definitely not chronological like it used to be. For the kids back in the day, Instagram used to go in order of who posted what picture, like at what time. It seems so smart, right? Well, now they have some kind of system where they try to decide what you want to see before you've even seen it. So, you know, that's just why you can't get too deep into that stuff. You have to be in love with the makeup, and the rest will just come, because it's impossible to figure out that stuff. Anyway, I'm so sorry if I rambled. I hope this was helpful. I love you so much. Check out my Instagram. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you next time. Bye.